the pinnacle of modern engineering. Look at these. These things are massive. They are massive and heavy. But they both work, so we're going to show them off. This is the Panasonic PV-2200, and this is the Panasonic NV-8400. This one is from 1980, while this one is from 1979, and there is a stark difference between them. One looks a hell of a lot more industrial. This one, right here, is a professional VCR, while this one is a consumer-grade VCR. Now, they're very similar. They're not like the last VCRs I showed on my channel, the RCA and that RCA and Panasonic, where the mechs were like the same. This one shares the same mech that I've seen in most late 70s VCRs. This one has something completely unique and a lot more overcomplicated. Fits my channel, I guess. But yeah, these things are really cool, and I'm going to show how they compare. As you can see, well, they're both very square. First, the handles. Neither of the handles are very good. This one's plastic, and both these are 20 pounds. But this one, it makes my hand hurt immediately, just about. It's very square. It's very awful. Now this one's even worse, because not only does it hurt my hand, but it's a pain to get in and out. It's this type of handle here that is even worse. You can hear it doesn't sound good, and yeah, it's not any easier or more comfortable to carry, really. So yeah, and then you really gotta fiddle with it to get it to fit back in the spot where it goes. So yeah, already the handles are awful. Now I'll turn these around and look at the front panels a bit more. I'm just gonna scooch this one around on my table because I'm not pulling out that handle again. Okay, so first we'll check out the NV-8400. So as you can see, we have a do indicator and a pause indicator, the tracking, microphone, earphone, and remote, the counter with memory, battery indicator, and then our buttons. We have eject, rewind, stop, fast forward, play, which works with pause, record, and audio dub. And that's it for the front. Oh, and we have our luxurious handle that flips up from there. Now, the front on this one is a lot more stylish. It's bent weird, it's bent around. It's kind of cool. I like it. So, on the front, we have earphone, microphone, a line select between, you can record from the tuner, line, and camera. We'll come back to tuner later because this thing doesn't have one. But line is from composite input, and camera is from the EIJ camera port right here. Let me see, I might have a EIJ connector right here. Let's see. Bam. Get that on there. And then you can record from the camera if you want. Now, you also have tracking. And then up here, you have soft touch buttons for everything and lights for everything. So we have our do indicator, eject, rewind, stop, fast forward, play, record, audio dub, and pause. And then tape counter, memory, on off, speed, SP or LP, battery indicator, and a power switch. A lot of that wasn't on the NV-8400. And we also got our luxurious handle that I'm not going to pull out all the way. Okay. Now, we will look at the tops of the machine quick because they're stylish, and then we'll go around to the ports. So first, you need to get this thing on the table here, or these things. The battery door has come off and is stuck under the machine because this battery door does not stay on ever. I'm not sure if it's broken or what, but it does not want to stay on. So, yeah. And then this one. There. Okay, and you can see these from a bit better angle. So, here's this one. On the top, you got your port for your removable RF output module. There you go. A little card edge connector, one of these things. There you go. You can see the channel 3-4 switch. I'd leave it set to 4, personally. Then back here, You have your battery cover, your pull tab to get the battery out, the power input, and that's it in there. Now this battery door stays on a heck of a lot better. And then on the top, most prominently, we have our man that ejects. Panasonic OmniVision 2 VHS, right there. Bam. It very luxurious eject, but it does work, so whatever. And then on this one, we have Panasonic OmniVision 4. None of the compartments that the other one had, and a channel 3/4 switch. I had this open because I was repairing it, and what's really funny is this is one of these removable RF modules, soldered in with wires. It's hilarious. And then the channel 3/4 switch is just on the top there. It's in all the shielding. It has the cartridge connector and everything. It's crazy. And then of course we also have the eject door. But of course, since this is soft touch, these buttons are really nice. But yeah, since this is soft touch, I can't eject it. Also, we have this extra label here saying, after insertion of the video cassette, press this compartment down until it latches. It's very faded. It's hard to read. Anyway, so yeah. Now we will look at the complements of ports we have on this thing. On these things, I guess. So first, on the NV-8400, the ports are on the side. Is that loose? Yeah. The ports are on the side, and we have the RF out from that module here, the input select from line or camera, audio in and out in standard RCA format, camera video in and out for in the form of a, goodness, where's the thing I had? There it is. In the form of a what's it called? BNC connector, which is pretty simple to adapt to RCA. It's just composite out, so you can put a little man on there, and then you can just get your regular RCA out. That's what I'm going to be doing. And then we have our 12 volts in DC and our EIAJ camera port there, like so. Now both of these VCRs only turn on the camera and everything when it's playing or recording. So when it's actually doing stuff, it'll power up the camera port. But otherwise, you just get nothing from it. It's very interesting. It also won't output any input from here out of there unless it's recording or playing, or more recording. So, yeah. And there's your ports. That's it. The rest of the machine is just blank. Yeah. And then tells you what cameras you can use. Now, this man, you've already seen some of the ports on the front. We have our EIAJ camera, earphone, and microphone. Well, some of those were on the front on the other one, but yeah. So now we'll turn it around, show you the ports on the back. Or just what's going on in the back. And it's on the back instead of the side on this VCR. See the very finicky door there, and we got a lot more going on. Have our, what was it, camera remote pause, special port we'll come back to, RF out, and then RCA in and out for both video and audio there. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And we have our very finicky battery door where if I just so much as nudge it, it comes off, and in there you can see our battery tab, our power input over there, and that's it, because it's a battery compartment. What else is there going to be in there? Yeah, you'd think this would stay on nicely, but it doesn't. See, I leave it off most of the time. Now, let's get to powering these mans up. So, I'm going to be using a battery pack to power these, at least for right now. I have this SLA 12 volt 4.5 amp hour that works great with these things, so we'll be using that along with a custom cable I made. So, first we'll power up the NV-8400 here. I'll just leave this man like that. So we're gonna get our little BNC adapter there. Plug video and audio into there. I think I plugged that into the input on accident. There, video out. There, I'm stupid. I'll turn on the TV here. Wait for it to warm up. There we go. And now we'll run our VCR off battery. Now I don't have the special power supply that goes with this port, so I just have a janky cable that I made that goes from the battery connector through stuff that's definitely not meant for 12 volts or anywhere near that, and then to the connectors for the battery. So we'll hook that up now and watch the VCR run. There we go. There we go. There. And now, this VCR, as you might notice, does absolutely nothing when you apply power. Not even when it ejects or anything. So now we'll come put our tape in. And it only does stuff when you actually go to use the VCR. This one has a bit of an issue where it takes a bit to do that, so I just pause. And there we go. Get our video and audio. Looks and sounds fairly good. Sorcerian has a great soundtrack. I've already been recording for 12 minutes. Wow. Okay. I love that one, but for now we're gonna stop. There you go. That's that VCR working. Now we'll use the Panasonic PV-12, no, not 12, 2200. So we'll unplug this from here, and then we'll plug it in back here. They both use the same batteries. In fact, I have one of those batteries I can show off. This is the massive ancient battery that these things would have used. 12 volt, 3 amp hour. That same connector. And this one's bulging and very much doesn't work, but you can see how crazy this thing is. It looks like two batteries taped together. You can kind of see a weird seam in the middle. Anyway, so now we will get this all going with this VCR here. So first we'll turn it on. That's the power switch. You can see a light flash in there for a bit and then stop to come up. So I will hit eject. It pops that up. We'll put our tape in. Put it down. Press play. And it gives you an image pretty quick. Oh, I'm stupid. No wonder why we're not getting an image. I forgot to hook up video from this thing. So let's do that. And then try again. So we got video and audio. Switch my switcher. And then press play. And we should get stuff. There. That's about how fast you should get it. And yeah, it's VHS, it does the things. Okay. So, now we're going to talk about the differences between these. You can clearly see this one only records at SP speed, while this records at LP. And that's what the 2 and 4 mean in OmniVision 2 and 4. Now, that tuner option is kind of funky. And by funky, I mean completely normal for any other portable VCR. At least a home portable VCR. Let me show you. I will eject that. You can just press eject and it'll do the things. It's smart enough to know to rewind it and everything. So, there we go. I'll turn that off. Then I will unplug the battery. So this thing doesn't potentially short. I'm going to unplug it from my janky cable. And then I'm going to make some room on my desk thing here. Don't fall. Here, I could just put this back here. There we go. I could put that up there. So we're going to move this a bit. There we go. Also gonna do that. There. And now we should have just barely enough room to show this off. Now, this thing's heavy. I will quickly plug the RCA cables back into it, and then we will show how this thing works with a tuner despite not having one. You probably already see how it's exactly how it's gonna work, and you're probably right, but I'm still gonna show things anyway. Now, since this is a home unit, of course, since VCRs were so expensive at the time, you couldn't just buy a separate portable for your portable needs. This thing had a massive tuner unit that came with it. As you can see here, it's one of the mini tuner varieties here. Got 14 mini tuners and a clock timer and a battery charger, all built into one. Basically, it's like if you had my Magnavox TouchTune VCR as a separate portable and tuner. They even add up to about the same size when you put them next to each other. So, let me get the cables kind of untangled around this thing, and from around this thing, and we'll show how it works. Again, you could probably already guess, but I'm still going to show it off because it's cool. So let me get this plugged in down here. Right there. Okay. First, we got the nice, really crisp and good looking display on here. Yeah, it's a bit dirty here. I haven't cleaned it yet. So you can go fast, slow, if the button will work. There we go. And you can go in reverse. So, yeah, that's how you set the clock. And then you also have timer stop, timer start for your recording, bright dim setting for your display. I think dim looks fine, it's already bright enough. Auto frequency control, timer record on or off, and then all your mini tuner selections up there. And then on the front you have battery charge. If I turn this on, you can see the 2 light up there, and then we got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, no, A and B. You can, of course, press multiple at once, although it won't do anything. You also got a little door on the side for removing those inserts and putting in new ones. Yeah. Now, you also have your battery charge stuff on the front. Now, we'll hook it up to the VCR. Since this thing has a tuner, you can see has the big, massive plug on the back that would plug into the weird socket we looked at earlier. And bam, it does. It also has a coax cable running out of it to plug into the VCR's RF out. There we go. There. Plugs into the VCR's RF out, and then you have a tuner. The RF out is only necessary if you're using RF, so that's not necessary to me. Now, as you'll notice, this thing bypasses the VCR's own power switch. So you can see that's off, but since that one's on, bam. Now, turn that to VCR, so TV, and then, yeah. This is also how you use the tuner input on the front there. Once it starts recording, I believe the tuner comes up. I just leave it on the line. I've never tried recording on this thing, so, yeah. And there you go. You got a tuner unit. You can do all the things this VCR would do normally, but off of wall power. It has a cool looking clock now. Bam. Does the same thing. And I think that's pretty cool. That's the main difference between these professional units. These things didn't have tuner units because they didn't need tuner units. You'd get this back to wherever your professional video whatever's is, and you take your tape out of this one and go put it in your professional NV-8500 editing deck. You didn't need a tuner unit where you weren't going to play it at home. Now, if you were going to play it at home, this thing is perfect. Because you can... Well, my tape's kind of eaten. This thing is perfect for playing at home because you can take it portably wherever you need to go. And you'll have your portable recording, and then you bring it home, hook it up to the tuner unit, and time shift while you're not there. Perfect. That's how a lot of portable VCRs are. Unlike professional ones over here, which don't have any kind of tuner unit or anything. Although this thing did have special cameras and stuff. And also, it had a cool leather case. I don't know if this one had it. It had like a really ugly leatherette case that I really love. Yeah, there you go. I just kind of wanted to show these off because I got this one in a couple days ago. It's really cool. Really love it. Oh yeah, this thing also works with my Mag Touch Tune where this switch is tied. This switch is tied to the power switch, so it automatically sets in TV when this thing isn't on, and then bam, you can set that to VCR, and it'll play your VCR through it. So yeah, I just wanted to show these off. Really like these ancient portables. Yeah, I think that's about all I have to say. Thanks for watching, and I am out.